Folks, welcome to Above It All. I got a show for you today, I think, maybe. So that's what that's happening today. So we got a show. All right, so I want to start today's episode with I got a super chat during the intro, so we're gonna have to do that. Some guy, $10. Hi, Andrea, can you please explain to me what these terms mean? Tanky, base, and cap. Love your show. Thanks. Those are all in quotations. Tanky refers to the concept of an authoritarian individual that claims to have socialist principles. Personally, I don't think that exists. I think it's a fictitious kind of oxymoronic kind of thing. As far as I'm concerned, me personally, I would consider myself an anarcho-communist, or an anarchist, or communist for short, because they all really mean the same thing. But Tanky, those are the kinds of people that support, China, for example. Or, and when they say support China, I don't mean, China has a better government than the United States, which is duh, right? No shit. Anyone with eyeballs can see that China's better off than the U.S. as far as their government's concerned, right? But as far as, press freedom, what? No, China's awful. As far as, human rights abuses, what? No, China's awful, right? But there's this, brand of, again, they call themselves leftists, but I disagree with that, of people that say, China actually, committing a genocide is good, actually. And then it's the same thing, they apply that to the late USSR. Oh, Stalin killing, LGBT people, that's actually good because something, I guess. I don't know. They never really explain that other part. But it's the idea that, you're gonna like communism, and if you don't, then I'm gonna kill you. It's what? I mean, first of all, if you can't sell communism on the idea itself of communism, everyone's basic necessities are bought and paid for, and we can all live, a life of creative happiness and do whatever we want. If you can't sell that, I'm sorry, but, at that point, you're not, really a thinker at that point, right? If you're trying to, convince someone that, so we're going to pay for everything. You never have to worry about food or medicine. You don't have to worry about, water. You don't have to worry about any of this for the rest of your life. And all you have to do is something you're good at. If you can't sell that idea without pointing a gun at someone, I'm sorry, but, Jesus Christ, right? And that's my problem with Tankies. They don't have the ability to perceive nuance within China's regime as well as the USSR. And again, there's good things you can learn from China. There's good things you could learn from the USSR, but there's also a lot of bad things. And it's you have to really be able to sift through that. And so that's what a Tanky is. As far as base, you may be, thinking based, which is a term that means good, essentially. It's just slang, I suppose. ANCAP means anarcho-capitalist, another one of those things that doesn't exist. These are the kind, it's a feudalist, basically. They believe in fiefdoms and kings and queens, basically, except instead of kings and queens, you have billionaires. So I personally am under I would claim that right now we are in an anarcho-capitalist society, because what would an anarcho-capitalist society do if they wanted to retain capitalism? Really, what is the difference between anarcho-capitalism and modern-day capitalism? What is the realistic difference? Well, you could say the existence of a state. Well, okay, all right, so you got billionaires all over the place. They're just, so many billionaires, they're gonna fucking make your fucking shit scream. Okay, so what would they want to do? They want to retain power, right? Because obviously, billions of people versus a couple hundred, that's not a good match. So they want to retain power. How do billionaires retain power? They create systems of governance, a king or a queen would, and they kind of rule that system of governance. Now, I would reckon that anarcho-capitalism, in effect, at this point, is kind of like what we're doing right now. What is the United States? like, let's be honest. What is the United States historically, right? The United States is a state where fucking robber barons and slave owners came, stole everyone else's money all across the planet, and created, like, these fucking giant corporations, right? And then, you know, pass that off to generations and generations. We have a bunch of rich aristocrats in the United States. So, again, if I were a capitalist, if I were on the top of the pillars and the rungs of society, and I were, you know, interested in maintaining my wealth, I would create something that looks awfully similar to the United States. So I maintain that I think anarcho-capitalism doesn't exist, even theoretically, because if it does exist, then we are living in an anarcho-capitalist world. That's my contention. And you can claim that there's other forms of anarcho-capitalism, but it doesn't really mean anything because it's just the world that we live in right now. So that's my answer to that question. Thank you for the money. Hopefully that was illuminating in some capacity. You know, I'm open to debating, just like for future reference, in case I clip this. I'm open to debating someone who identifies as a tanky. I'm open to debating someone who identifies as an anarcho-capitalist. Feel free to hit me up. So, but those are the way I would define those terms. Yo, y'all motherfuckers gotta like the stream. Like, let's be real here. Like, you gotta like the goddamn stream. Like, you know, again, there's we can play these games. Like, we can do all the whole, you know, the ding dong doo dah, right? But y'all gotta like the stream, retweet the stream, or tweet the stream. But, you know, retweeting is a lot easier. Some guy, another $10. Thank you for enlightening me on those terms. Much appreciated. No problem. No problem.